Hey y'all, welcome back to the Misfit Mama. It's me, Heather, your guide to authentic motherhood and homemaking. And today on Vlogmas Day 9 is a very special day for me. It's my husband and I's 11-year anniversary today. So we've been married for 11 years. We've been together for, I don't know, I guess like 14 years now. So when we got married 11 years ago, our wedding was actually on TV. It was on a show on Style Network called Whose Wedding Is It Anyway? So I thought today would be really fun to rewatch that video, which my mom actually just found while I was at her house for Thanksgiving. So I haven't watched this video in a while, but I thought that it would be pretty fun to sort of record my reaction and talk about, you know, stuff that comes up in the show that is true or maybe not true, or like what was embellished, and just a reaction to like seeing that day 11 years ago, because it has been a really long time. I'm gonna post the full video too if you want to check that out. I actually thought it was quite hysterical. In the show, it's our wedding and another wedding are the two that are being featured. My husband and I, we met in New York City when we were in college, and then we got married in New Jersey. So that's where all of that is taking place. We ended up getting on the show just sort of by chance. The wedding planner that we were working with had been on the show before, and I think that they were just, the show, Whose Wedding Is It Anyway, was looking for a couple that was getting married around the time that we were getting married. As you will see in the video, I am not super involved in my wedding. I was 21 years old, and I really didn't care. You know, I just wanted to be married to my husband. All of the other things were kind of extra. You'll see some of that in the video. I also thought it was really interesting to watch it again because it just goes to show you that reality TV is not always reality. If you're new around here, I like to post content about being authentic in your motherhood and homemaking journey. And I try to post things that will encourage you to bring your truest, fullest self to all of that. So if that sounds like something that's interesting to you, definitely be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that we can see each other here again on the internet. If you're not new around here, thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate every view, every watch, every subscribe. I have the video on my computer, and yeah, I'm just gonna start watching, and yeah, we'll just see how this goes. Oh no, I'm dying. We only got 11%. Here we go.
Coming up, a bride who can't get enough of her planner.
I fell in
That
love
was
with
not me.
Samantha Goldberg. She's like a soulmate to me.
I have no comments on that. And another bride who wants everything done for her.
I don't know all the little details, and that's fine with me. I just wish Heather would just make one damn decision.
Will clashing personalities produce fabulous weddings or just hard feelings?
I said to her, look, I don't care if you don't want to be involved in any other aspect of this. Getting married in a couple hours, I still haven't spoken to my wedding planner. She should be giving me some information.
Find out next on Whose Wedding Is It Anyway?
So the hook for my whole section of this show is that I was not involved in the wedding planning at all. Like, and they really are playing that up. And to some extent, that's true. I really didn't care all that much. I wanted to be married. I love my husband. We already had our daughter. And, you know, I just didn't care, honestly. It's one of those things to me that I love a party, but the important thing to me about us getting married wasn't really the wedding. It was, you know, being married and really starting our life together. So I just think it's hilarious how much and it gets worse throughout the show, the way that they make me seem like I just like could not possibly care less, which to some extent is true. Like I told my mom, I'll be there on the day. I will show up, you know, just let me know where to be, make sure there's an open bar. And she took care of the rest of it. I will say though that my mom has said that she really enjoyed the process of planning the wedding, so I don't feel bad that she did it all. I think it actually turned out to be a win-win because I didn't want to plan it, and my mom really enjoyed planning it. So I wasn't a stressed out bride. You know, like I said, I was 22 years old. 21. I guess I was 22 at the time. I was 6 months out of college. I was working in my first job. We had a new baby. There was a lot going on, okay? And the last thing on my mind was planning a wedding. So I'm glad my mom took care of it, but it's still funny to look back at how they portrayed me And I'm not going to watch the other bride just for the sake of time. But I really would be curious to know how she feels about how she was portrayed in this show. I don't think they portrayed her in a very good light, and knowing what I know about things that they embellished in the show, I guarantee you it probably wasn't as bad as it looks on the show. But I would be really curious just, you know, what she thought about it, because you really have no control over how they edit your video. You have zero say, and they just will tell you the date that it's going to air, and that's kind of it. But if you want to see more about the other bride, I will have the full episode linked down below so you can see that.
Wedding planner Jenny Orsini is working with a bride who's decided to be completely hands-off when it comes to her big day.
I would definitely say that Heather is one of the least involved brides I've ever dealt with. I don't feel the need to go over all the details. I know somebody needs to, but I don't feel like it needs to be me.
Heather's happy to be a guest at her own wedding. She could be fun.
That is the truth. I just wanted to enjoy the party, okay? I wanted to be a guest at my own wedding.
While at a sorority party, a handsome stranger caught Heather's eye.
I saw him as soon as he walked in, so I called dibs on him, and told my friends that he was mine.
An international student from
You're
Nigeria,
like so young!
Malaha, noticed Heather too.
I saw Heather walk into the room.
He looks like a baby.
It's like, I have to get that girl.
He's really hot. I like gave him my number, whatever. The weekend after that, we went out to a club, but I was getting ready to go abroad to Florence, so I wasn't looking for any kind of relationship or anything.
So she left. She went abroad for like 3 months.
Although they weren't dating at the time, Wari thought about Heather every day while she was in Europe, and one afternoon, he got a surprise.
Well, she actually called me from Florence, which was really interesting. I was like, yes, We just decided then and there that, that's my girl.
Okay, that's definitely most of the story. I will say there's one part that's not in there. I did call him from Florence, but what they left out was he randomly sent me a picture of his face, emailed me, and before I called him, and I think he was trying to call me, if I remember correctly. So my call to him was like a call back. Okay, I just want to set that record straight.
Then I decided, let's make it serious. I decided to ask her if we could make this relationship go farther.
Heather agreed, and that decision led to something neither of them expected. They found out they were pregnant.
Okay. We found out we were pregnant, but this was, 2.5 years after we met, so it wasn't we met, I went abroad, I came back and got pregnant. We had been dating for a while by the time I got pregnant.
It's a definite shock. I cried a lot.
But once the disbelief had passed, Heather and Wari decided they were in the relationship for the long haul, and they geared up for parenthood. 9 months later, their daughter Adana was born.
So I had decided during that time that we didn't want to just get married just because we were having a baby. We wanted to make sure that we were getting married because we loved each other and we wanted to really spend the rest of our life together. So we waited until after my daughter was born to actually go ahead and get married. We had talked about it before, but we were babies. I was 21 when my daughter was born, 22 when we actually got married. But, for us it was important that we weren't just trying to keep up with expectations that, if we had a baby that meant that we were going to get married and whatever. We wanted to make sure that we were building a relationship that would last and going into our marriage for the right reason.
6 months after that, Wari decided it was time to pop the question. Heather's mom was so excited, she ruined Wari's surprise.
The minute Heather walked through the doors, her mom was like, oh, we have something to celebrate.
She's like, Rory, talk to your dad. I was like, okay, I know that's code for he talked to my dad about getting married.
Wari didn't even get a chance to formally propose. He just handed Heather the ring, and it was a done deal.
I did not have there was no grand gesture proposal. This was not anything out of a romantic comedy. You know, it was really like just kind of real life, and my mom definitely blew up my husband's spot, so even if he had been planning something, she totally ruined the surprise. But it's fine. I really have no regrets over how any of it happened. I really didn't need, you know, some big grand gesture anyway. If he had done it in public, I probably would have been more annoyed and embarrassed than anything. So, it's fine.
There's only one thing the bride's sure of.
Fabulous. It needs to look fabulous.
I don't even know where this whole fabulosity situation came in, but you're going to hear me say it 8,000 times throughout the show. I think I said that I wanted my wedding to be fabulous like one time, and the crew just really grabbed onto that and were like, oh yeah, say it all the time. So that happens throughout the show.
Although she's content to let Jenny and her mother handle all of the decisions, the bride has actually decided to show up for the walkthrough. But with her wedding only a week away, has she waited too long to get involved?
Alright, so we're ready to start.
This was not the first time that I got involved in the wedding. My mom planned the vast majority of the wedding, but I was involved in picking the wedding planner and picking like things like the colors, and I picked out my dress, I picked the bridesmaids' dresses, I went to the food tasting. So I was definitely a lot more hands-off than most brides are, and my mom and the wedding planner took on the bulk of the responsibility and decision-making. But I did do some things, okay? I mean, I just want a little bit of credit.
How are you coming into the room?
Oh, yes.
One end, that staircase screams bride.
Staircase.
Yeah, that gives a really dramatic entrance on everything.
I don't even care.
Come down that staircase.
This is the first
I'm just
time
agreeing to
Jenny's
things.
had any interaction with the bride.
Lies! Not the first time I've had any interaction with her. Okay, just remember, reality TV is not 100% real, okay?
While in Princeton, it's the moment that every bride dreams about, the day she'll pick up her wedding gown. But Heather's at home with Lori and Adana, leaving it to her mom to get the job done.
I guess that's like a thing for people, is like that's supposed to be an exciting moment. As you can see, I didn't really have the same excitement about the wedding part of getting married. My mom lived really close to the store. I lived an hour and a half away, and she was probably picking it up on a weeknight, and with, you know, both of us were working full-time, and we had a baby, it just didn't seem all that important to me. I figured my mom could go pick it up, you know, and the rest is history. It all worked out.
In Garland,
Oh,
New
baby
Jersey,
Adana.
Heather is
Oh
still
my
busy
God.
with everything but her wedding. So for Jenny Orsini, that just means more work to do. Back in Clifton, in 2 hours, Heather and Wari will meet at the altar. But because they've arrived at the venue early, it'll be up to Jenny to keep them from meeting in the parking lot.
This is not cool. Only my luck. You and your bride-to-be literally arrived at the same time. So can you do me a favor and like unpark and park right there and face the other direction? And you have to keep your eyes closed for the next 2 minutes.
Oh, you're so cute.
All right, we're good. In my gazillion years of doing this, I've never had a bride and a groom arrive at the reception facility at the exact same time. Give me a hug. Lori has not seen you. He's literally driving around with his eyes closed. Go ahead.
I totally don't remember the fact that we arrived at the same time. We actually didn't pay for like videography for the wedding. We just got photos, but yeah, I mean, this is crazy. I don't remember that at all.
Once the bride is safe from the groom's prying eyes, Jenny's off to check on a wedding day surprise from the florist.
We're using Adana as a major part of the procession. Because she's still just a little baby, she can't actually walk down the aisle, so she's being escorted. She's actually being pulled. My floral designer totally said she was going to surprise me and deck out this little carriage thing, and I'm finally getting the reveal right now. Oh my god, how cute. Look at the
So adorable.
And even has customized seatbelt.
Oh my god, it's so Paris Hilton. So it's going to be like
And the
this.
trunk of the buggy.
You're going to have an infant in here, and then the groom's sister is totally going to push her down the aisle.
I loved that little car thing that Adana was pushed down in the aisle. That was definitely one of my favorite things in the wedding. It was so cute. We bought one of those Play School push cars. I don't even know if they make those anymore, but it was like a little car that you push the kid from behind, and the florist completely decked it out. She spray painted it all white, put like a just married sign on the back. There's a full bouquet at the front. It just looked so adorable, and I just, you know, having my daughter in the wedding, she was our flower girl, but you know, she wasn't even a year old yet, so she couldn't walk, but I thought that was just such a cute way to incorporate her. I still think it's adorable, and she played with it for a couple years afterwards, so not a bad investment.
The groom has just received some bad news about Adana's escort.
My sister called me and told me she wasn't going to be able to make it. That was very sad, you know. It was a weird feeling, you know. I've not really felt like that before.
Sadly, Rory's sister had a passport issue and hasn't even left Africa yet. No.
She hasn't left Africa yet? Really, B? Really? Okay, what's funny about that is she was in New York. Okay? She wasn't in Nigeria. She was never coming from Nigeria. So, again, that just goes to show you, like, when you're watching reality TV, take everything with a grain of salt, because they really are trying to sensationalize the entire thing. Like, there was an issue where she didn't think she was going to make it to the wedding. But she was in New York, which is a train ride away, not like a few 1,000-mile plane ride from Nigeria. And at the end of the day, she ended up making it. So all of that got blown out of proportion in the show. She didn't end up making it in time to actually push Adana down the aisle, but she did make it to the reception. So she did get to be there, because she was never coming from Nigeria.
Now it's time for the absentee bride and her groom to make their grand entrance.
Oh my god, so freaking cute.
Do you worry, Amalaha, take Heather Davidson to be your wife?
I do.
Hey. Do you, Heather
We look like
Davidson,
babies.
take worry, Amalaha, to be your husband?
I do.
We can hear you.
I do.
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a pledge of my love
as a pledge of my love
and as a symbol of our unity.
and as a symbol of our unity.
And with this ring,
And with this ring,
I thee wed.
I thee wed.
And with this ring,
And with this ring,
I thee wed.
I thee wed.
Having taken your vow, you have made a commitment to stand together as husband and wife. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to present to you Mr. and Mrs. Amalaha. You may kiss the bride.
Oh, I feel great.
Incredibly happy.
Fabulous. It was great. It was wonderful.
Oh, we're so cute, y'all. You see, maybe more brides should not care so much and leave the planning in the hands of people they trust, and you'll be a little bit less stressed out. My wedding turned out beautifully. You know, thanks to an amazing wedding planner and my amazing mom who really took on all of that. That was adorbs and such a fun walk down memory lane. Oh my gosh, we were so young, and it's so sweet to see like my daughter and all the people that were there that day, especially because we didn't get a video of the wedding. A lot of what was shown in the show is actually real. I really was not that involved. I didn't want to be. It just really wasn't that important to me. But I did more than what they let on, and there were things that were definitely sensationalized for the sake of good TV. It was a great time, was had by all. Definitely one of the best weddings I've ever been to. So yeah, thanks for sticking with me this long. If you liked this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and you can check out the full episode in the description below. I will catch you in the next video, and in the meantime, keep it real.